Thanks for joining us. It's been a fantastic morning for me, I know. Ooh, just waking up, stretching, doing all the things a boy should do when he wakes up. Bear with me in the low light today. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be bothered. I'm still in my robe. No, I'm kidding. It is a flannel shirt. It got cold. Vegas got cold immediately. And I know the studio gets hot, so it's a dilemma. So I figure I can take off the flannel when the studio starts getting hot today, if that were to happen. And then also a great way to keep cool. You know, a lot of your heat escapes through your head. So I thought we'd instead of a hat. The reason I've been wearing hats, even on a month on tour just now that I just got back from, all hats, all the time, nonstop with the hats, and it was because the hair is so long. You people don't have any clue, but you know, now I got these nice from Brandy's Bows. Go online, you go to brandysbows.org and pick up some bows, you know? Bows, they don't just make headphones. brandysbows.com. It's the fine attention to detail. And not only bows, you know, they have all kinds of patterns. They have starbursts, sunflowers, with or without seeds. Looks hard to tie. No. It's a band that goes around. People look at you weird in the store the first couple of times, I'll be honest with you, but, you know, you make it work. Whatever feels right to you, you do, and then people join on. Hey, what's StreamYard, and should I be taking it? What is StreamYard? I've had 6 people message me about StreamYard. So what is that? Somebody look into it and find out how hard it is to hook into my existing connection. Drink up, guys. Get your coffee. Get your gum. It's Gum Club. How Gum Club is going to work is the matter I get throughout the day, I'll be taking gum. And I've got plenty of it here. I chew 5 exclusively, unless I can't get it. And boy, today do we have a treat for you. It's Avengers Special Edition 5 gum, branded with the Avengers. So I don't know how much gum the Avengers be chewing while they be doing what they do, but I imagine not much. It's hard to you gotta when you're fighting, you gotta clench your jaw and be ready to go, you know? You can't just be smacking gum. Big Red or get the fuck out. I actually admire that, you know? There's not a lot of people sticking with Wrigley's, even though I'm pretty sure Wrigley's makes all this shit. It's 2 big gum companies, you know? It's like eyeglasses. The big racket on all this stuff, which ties in nicely to all of our conspiracy theories today. And we're going to get political. And people say, Patrick, when did you get so political? Why do you care so much? It's the season, baby. We got a week and a half to go. Not even. It's a week from today. The election, it's here. It's happening. I don't know about you. It's more exciting than a goddamn UFC event at this point, you know? Imagine for real, Biden and Trump in a fucking octagon. Fruit Stripes, how about grow the fuck up? I will say this, don't talk about Fruit Stripes. That used to be my shit from when I was a boy, all the way through my tweens and 20s. Thank you so much for joining us today. Like I was saying before the show started, there's never been a better time to subscribe, both to the Overdose, which is where you'll get all the Gum Club stuff, but also here on Twitch, Why not sign up now, skip all the ads, feel like a genius at the beginning of the show? Don't wait an hour in. You're going to feel stupid. Join the 2s and 14s of other people who have subscribed to the channel. Get rid of the ads. Support me in the least way possible. You know, you join the Overdose. That's a nice thing you do for me. I get 90% of that money. Price goes up next year, by the way. But you join the Twitch subscription, you are really being kind of selfish and giving a little something to me, both at the same time. So I would say, you know, if you're not ready to fully commit and join the Overdose, do something for yourself. You know, give $5 to Twitch, skip the ads, and you know, don't be an asshole. You get something, you get less ads. I get something, it's like fucking $2 or something. God, it's coffee. Will you buy me a coffee, idiots? Like, Patrick, you're the one with the bow. Coffee and Gum Club. You've already got me upset. One gum. We're one gum in. I haven't even finished my coffee, and I got to have coffee and gum. Also, you know, I'm off all the Juuls and nicotines again. I only got back on it because I went on the road, and you have to have a cigarette. But, you know, I don't allow it in the house near the kids and stuff. One gum. We're going in. Gum Club, welcome to the show. I gotta say, this Gum Club thing might not work out. I don't know if you can chew gum and do a show. Now, look, I've done it before. But, man, this is a dumb idea. I'm surprised there isn't a Travis Scott edition of 5 Gum. Yeah. And actually a Breonna Taylor gum. It's just blood capsules. Come on, too soon? The 5th rule of Gum Club, one gum at a time, fellas. Nothing like Cobalt 5 Gum with a sip of fucking coffee, huh? Only here on Gum Club. Yeah, this whole idea may have to be rethought. I don't know how much I could talk with gum in my mouth. It's really tough because I'm a very saliva-inducing boy. By the way, today's show brought to you by Brandy's Bows. Brandy's Bows. I can't do the Gum Club. I think the rule of Gum Club is, you know, you take the gum, you get a little rush of sugar or whatever the fuck's in there. I don't even think it's real sugar. What's like cornstarch? Some sugar substitute. Anyway, you chew it. It calms you down. You stick it behind your ear, on your bedpost, on your grandma's knee. And you move on with your life. I don't think you can chew gum and do a program. Especially when you're drinking coffee. This is gross. I got housing updates for you people. I don't know if you've ever tried to build a goddamn pool, but it's near impossible. But I'll get it done. I have a big shovel. I've been attacked. I've been microaggressed by one of our very own. And it's not who you think it is. Boy, how's that for a clickbait headline? I got to take this out. I can't do you the disrespect, but it did calm me down after getting upset about your lack of subscriptions and motivations. But anyway, like I was saying, lots of stuff to talk about and even political. But today's show is brought to you by Brandy's Bows. Visit them. They have a bow for every occasion. We're also brought to you by Cheryl's Barrels. So I don't know who's looking for barrels, but you got to see my girl Cheryl. She's got them, the best barrels. I don't know who you normally get your barrels from, but you're going to have the best char on that. Oak, cedar, whatever you're after, Cheryl's got it in stock. In stock. Cheryl's Barrels, baby. So you're going to love it. Go visit them. They got their own in-house cooper. He does all the work. Smithing. I don't know a lot of barrel terminology, but I'll tell you this. They do. Cheryl and Company. You go down there. They even have a Bose made. Brandy's Bose has a kiosk in the waiting room. While your barrel's made, you go ahead and get your Cheryl's paid. And head on over to Brandy's Bose. Carol's Barrels. No. Don't get it confused with Carol's Barrels, who, by the way, is not a member of the International Association of Barrelers. So do your work, show your math, and get on down to Cheryl's Barrels. Tell them Patrick from Nobody Needs to Know sent you, and they'll let you know that it's full price because they don't like me down there. However, I recommend them. I misspoke earlier. It was Sherry's Berries, but Cheryl's Barrels. I gotta be fair to them. Even though Cheryl and I we dated for a while, things got messy. I may or may not have tried to cut her. But all in all, on the whole, I got to be honest when it comes to her craftsmanship. She's great. Stick with Cheryl. Try her barrels. You're going to love the way your liquid... You get a pick. Did I mention the finish, on these barrels? I don't know what... Look, whether you're looking for tubs or troughs, casks or vats, head on down to Cheryl. She can make it. They've got an in-house cooper. Did I mention this? Tell them you found them on Groupon, and they'll say, we're not on Groupon. I tried. But for the most part, you let them, you go. Here's where you tell them you found them. Just say, don't worry about it. Just walk in and be like, I found you the normal way, how normal people find you. I saw a sign. I don't think they have a sign. It is run out of the back of an RV. But the barrels are made in an open field, which is where you want barrels made. You want them to dry out. You can't have them made in some sort of a wet, dank warehouse. Patrick, you've gone on at length now about barrels and how they're made. No one really cares. Hold on. Who's Nominations Barrel? 31 minutes ago, someone named Nominations Barrel followed me. Now, I've got to tell you something. I haven't been talking about barrels for very long, I can imagine. So who is this guy? Who's Nominations Barrel? And how did he know I was going to talk about barrels for this long? Or did I see that before the show started and it subliminally got in my head and then I started talking about barrels? Because that's a good fucking point too. By the way, is that guy even watching right now? Nominations Barrel? What does that even mean? Nominations Barrel. Anybody have any theories on this? Because I'm out of my goddamn mind. Oh my God, he is here. What the fuck? Explain yourself. Who are you? No. This is getting too weird. Has he been chatting? Did I see this earlier in the chat? Who is this guy? What's happening? I'm glad Curran's not a mod anymore because he would just be... You would have already been banned. We're trying to give you a chance to explain yourself. You have a minute to say what's really going on. And if you don't, we'll probably call Twitch. Look, I didn't want to say anything, but these guys are upset. Like most of the people here watching. So, Time traveler? Yeah, no, like, but time, it's gone on now. Like, you've got to explain yourself. You can't just be. You can't follow me 30 minutes ago called Nominations Barrel, and then I go on a rant about Cheryl's Barrels. And now I need to know, and I'm okay with either one, but if you have the ability to control my mind, you should tell me. Like, I'm fine with it, and technically I can't do anything about it, but you should have to tell me if you're a cop. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just have the ability to control my head without me knowing it. Like, do it. Like, that's fucking fine. But don't. Patrick's gotten into the mescaline. No. I'm normal. I'm perfectly normal. Should we get into what I hate about the politics? Because you guys seem to want. God damn it. Now he's Illuminati symboling stuff. He's also, whoever he is, he's either retarded or it's like a team of people have to get together and decide what emoji to send. They're called emotes here, I think. I don't know. Does he have to go pay for that too? Like, does this guy just have access to an Illuminati emote? Like, it's not like GIFs on your phone, right? It's not like Facebook chat. Or when your mom iChats you. I refuse to call it FaceTime. I tell people I'll iChat them. iChat me, dog. But does he have to go like pay for that? He's already controlling your mind to make you okay with him controlling your mind, even though you're not okay with it. That's interesting theory. And who are you, Coors Light Rider 69? CLR 69. Let's do the math on that. Explain you who microaggressed you. Don't come after me. I'm the one who comes after you. I'm the guy. So don't get it fucked. Got to pace myself with this gum. We're very early in. And I can't just be. I wonder if. Oh, I got to go off on my sister today, too. She's nuts. And I love my sister. We're fine, But she's one of these people. I think these people are who get sucked into Facebook. It's crazy. She posted something today, and I gotta preface this with, she subscribes to the channel. She's here from time to time. You guys might not know who she is. I know who she is in the chat. I'm not here to get onto her. But she's one of these people who posts like almost every day. Just one of these over posters, overshare. And I do think people younger than me, probably anywhere from 10 to 20 years younger than me, you're not, which is weird. You think an older person, I grew up, before the internet and didn't get, I didn't have the internet until high school, middle school, maybe a little bit of dial-up. But I didn't have a computer. We were poor. I was a poor man, even worse than now, because you can see how old most of this foam is. But I guess when you grow up with the internet and Facebook and shit, you just don't understand. I'm watching. Do you understand what these fucking kids are posting? And it's you're never gonna get a job ever. But I guess that they will get a job because eventually everyone will just have so much garbage about them on the internet. But she posted something about if you think gay people should, and let me just preface, because I'll be blocked by someone before I even finish the sentence. I have no problems with gay people. I've even known a gay or two. I kissed a gay guy because he kissed me, and I was afraid to stop kissing her. That would be anti-gay, I was like, don't be a faggot about it. Just kiss this man. That was in New York City. Shout outs to Ralph. He grabbed me and just started making out with me. And I was like, well, we should try, we should just try. Just take the bits. Let it all happen. I don't know who this guy is though. Calcium lime rust remover, CLR. Just take the bits and let it all happen. Everything will be okay. Okay, that's weird. That's a weird one to say. You know? Very, very strange. I don't like anyone, this is like Crazy Joe mentality. It's like, no one can watch if I don't know who you are. This dude acting sus as fuck. Yeah, no, I think it's fun. I think it's fun to have a crazy secret man in the chat. Or woman. Or they. Right? You got to include them now.
Oh, no.
But that's true. That's true. My lawyer did say that we do have to include them now. But no, thanks for the 69 bits. You nuts. My autopay check for the OD is already stamped and in the outbox. Please don't send checks. We can't cash them. We don't have a bank account. We're off the grid. What was I yelling at my sister about? Oh, she posted, if you think gays shouldn't be allowed to get married, then unfriend me and never talk to me again. Now, 2 reasons I fucking hate this. Okay. Number 1. Ew. Like, that's you're not, that's not brave to post. Do you understand that? Like, you're not a hero. It's a very popular opinion. You're not going out on a limb. You're not brave. I would advise you to get satisfaction in your life from other places besides likes on trite posts. No one, and when I say no one, I mean 99.89% of people in this country are totally fucking fine with gays. They're fine. Everyone's over it. It's been legal for 6 years federally. It's been legal in many states, especially liberal cities and states, far longer than that. And never since everything was, passed and federally legal in 2014, has there been more parades and outrage on behalf of the gay people and letting them do what they want and live their lives. It's like, we did. Everyone did. And everyone's cool with it. We all like the gays. They bring property values up. They all pay taxes. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some gay people experiencing homelessness, which I've been told is the phrase to use. You got to get it together. Stop posting that. It's garbage. Because I think what it does is make other people think you must know people who hate gay people, and that's who that post is to. And you don't know anybody who hates gay people. Stop it. Oh, I know a Christian guy who thinks gay people shouldn't be able to get married. Yeah, well, guess what? Too late. It's already illegal. But Amy Coney Barrett, I don't know what her name is. What a nut. What a nut. Let it go. Consume yourself with more important make plans for you. You're not changing. No one's changing anything. It's over. Like this, it gets a lot worse from here. And I would challenge you, not just my sister, but just everybody, who posts this kind of garbage about masks. It's just like, move on. Move on. Guarantee I can think of one Las Vegas LGBTQ that doesn't pay taxes and has never brought up the value of anything. That's true. Look, there's all kinds of trash everywhere. I'm just saying it's not healthy for you to be. Number one, it's not healthy for you to be that sure you're right about anything. And by the way, you're fine. I'm not talking about the gay issue. I'm pretty liberal on all these social bullshit. And by the way, so is everyone else. This is why it's fucking just nauseating. Like it just like all this shit everyone's so upset about like doesn't exist. Like stop it. No, people aren't racist. Stop it. Like, and I'm talking about in America. There's plenty of places where racism, slavery, and fucking, cutting off the clits of teen girls is smiled upon and funded by the government. So I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about the U.S. But like everyone needs to calm down. Like it's not real. It's craziness. It's too much. It's gone too far. I can't have like one AOC is enough. It's a nightmare. One Hannah Thrungsberg. What is that girl's name? Who turned 16, got her period, and decided she knew how to fix the climate. It's like, what are you talking about? When did it happen that, and maybe, it's weird because now I'm becoming an old man. I in 2 weeks, I turned 41 years old. Patrick, where's your gray? Don't worry about it. But yeah, it's just funny when I was a fucking kid. Like, and don't get me wrong, I was very wrong about how smart adults are because there's just as many adults who are dumb as fuck as kids. But when I was a kid, you at least defaulted to the fact that you're an adult, you've got more experience than me, I'm going to fucking listen to you a little bit. Here it's like, yeah, whatever, old man. It's just like, what? Is this Kiki Melton? Yeah, my sister Kiki. No, but I think what I'm saying is that post, I think, creates more division. Because when you post something like, if you think, and by the way, it was a share from a page, so like one of these pages that just posts like lefty memes all day, it like you share it to your page, you don't really type anything. It's like, if you think, it was real aggressive. It was just like, if you think gay people shouldn't get married, then fuck you, get off my page, unfriend me, and bing bong bang. And it's like, look, mostly everyone fucking thinks that gay people are fucking fine. Do whatever you want, get married, whatever. And I think when you post that, it makes people think you know people that aren't cool with it. And I'm not saying you don't. You might know a guy or a girl. And I'm not talking about general Christians where they're just like, gay shouldn't fornicate and the Lord and the lay with the man and the God said. Like, I'm not talking about that. Because even most churches, look, and people who believe that you shouldn't, they don't treat gays like shit. Nobody's like kicking and spitting on gays. They get to vote. This country is based on voting. And those people get to vote. And guess what? The Supreme Court fucking decided, or Obama decided, or Congress decided. I don't know how it happened, but guess what? Justice was done. Gay people can get married. Everything's cool. And those people, those really wacko, like hard religious line people are on their way out. Like most newer churches and like hipper churches, because guess what? Church is a fucking business. It's a corrupt organization that fools a bunch of sheeple, into believing that it's God's will for them to give them 10% of their income. So when the church congregation starts dwindling and getting smaller, the church has to change the rules a little bit. Hey, we're open to gay people here. We reinterpret the Bible this way. It's like, yeah, no duh, because you need Boots in Pews, which is a musical on Broadway, brought to you by Cheryl's Barrels. So yeah, like, man, everybody's pretty cool with it. But by you posting it, people see it. They assume you know a lot of people who aren't cool with gay people, and then they fucking share it or like it, and then you feel good about yourself because you've made a difference. Because you assume if people like your post or share that post from you, that they must know people too who hate gay people. And now you've all got it in your heads that, like, there's a lot of people out there who hate gay people, and that's just not true. Like, it's just not true. Do you know how into you are? You're really into you because you're constantly, posting and wanting these likes and stuff. It's like, that's how into them other people are. And people don't have time to be racist. No one cares that when I go to McDonald's and order a number 13 extra cheese, I don't know what that is, but I hope it's a double fillet of fish. They don't care that it's a black guy handing them the bag. No one cares that it's a gay couple ordering the cake. Do you know why that made the news when that fucking dumb bakery wouldn't make the gay cake? Because it's crazy. It's an aberration. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. Yet idiots get tricked by Facebook and the media into going like, oh my God, bakeries won't make gay cakes. It's like, guess what, dummy? There's not a lot of fucking bakeries that won't make a gay cake. They like business. They're racist because they see green. You're all out of your minds. And posting that shit makes you look like a fucking lunatic. If you see somebody spitting on a gay couple in the fucking grocery store and yelling gay slurs, by all means, step in. But you erecting a fucking billboard on your digital front lawn about how you're against people who don't like gay people? Good God, how brave. Fuck off. It's not about that. It's about you and your fucking likes. Don't make me get gum. He's lying. There's no 13th menu item. Don't listen to him. Don't be an idiot and get tricked by him. Sir, this is a Wendy's. What's number 13 at Wendy's? Just something like spicy nuggets. 13th down the line has really got to be your low-level menu items. You know what I mean? You go to McDonald's, Wendy's, like your top level items, like number one is usually like the single burger, right? So number one on McDonald's is probably like a Big Mac or they have that. Maybe it's like a fucking, I don't know what a number one at McDonald's is anymore. Who knows? But I imagine because Wendy's does the like dollar menu. Don't they have like but they got all that shit now. The single, the double, the triple, the Baconator, the son of Baconator, the chicken sandwich, the spicy chicken, all the chicken, Dave's triple surprise, probably a euro. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, by the time you get to number 13, it's a euro. Yeah, falafel cone. Yeah, it's just fries in a napkin. Biggie size. Oh, I loved the Biggie. You wanted a fry as big as your cup size. That was the goal when I was a boy. Stop posting that shit. It really is. I'm telling you, you're part of the problem. You people showing all, like posting all the fucking outrage about all the fucking shit in the world. First of all, you're usually wrong. You know what I mean? Bring your own cone Frosty. Yeah, this is, They don't like to do plastic straws anymore. Everyone's got the metal water bottles, you know. Thanks, Contigo. And then, yeah, and now it's bring your own reusable cone. My local Wendy's went out of business. Oh, did it get set on fire? Jack in the Box would have euros before anyone. Yeah, Jack in the Box got tacos. They're the best to explore with that munchie meal mentality, right? The Jack in the Box munchie meal. Who subscribed? Thank you so much, whoever that was. It doesn't tell me, but somebody subscribed. Thank you. That means so much to my Christian heart. So everybody's upset, and everybody's happy about Amy Clooney Barrett. What's her name? Amy Coney or Comey? It's got to be Coney, right? Barrett. Now, I'll say this, about the Trump right. Coney. Amy Coney Barrett. Okay. Yeah. First of all, there's two sides to this that are insane. Number one, best mozzarella sticks and egg rolls of any burger fast food joint. Yeah. That's crazy if that's true. I knew they had jalapeno poppers and cheesecake bites. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those is real. Okay, so I don't understand what's happening anymore other than the way I interpret what's just happened with the Supreme Court justice is that, and by the way, I'm out of coffee. We got to switch over to water now. The left, both are definitely real Jack in the Box as well. They have like mini churros and tacos and nachos. Curly fry steak nacho burger? What the fuck are you talking about? Is this real? Can I hold on? Let's pop this up because I've got to see if that's real. Jack in the Box. Jackbox Games. Let's get it up for you guys. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. Let's explore this because fuck. The right can't meme. Oh, yeah. Remind me to talk about memes, too. I got a lot of thoughts on that. I'm very angry today. What's hot? Okay, so this must be their new shit, right? Sauced and loaded chili cheese. Sauced and loaded fries, chili cheese. Sauced and loaded fries, triple bacon cheese. Jumbo breakfast platter with French toast sticks and bacon. So it's a hash brown, bacon, French toast sticks, and eggs. Or you can get the sausage, French toast sticks. This is like, doesn't Burger King have that? I'll donate to Uber Eats for you to experience this right now. I'm not eating this garbage. I'll get a coffee. I went to Burger King to get a coffee the other day. I've got some house, I'm getting up early and heading to the house for stuff. Oh my God. And then, Kool-Aid roasted me about my house the other day privately. That hurt. It was very hurtful. Burgers. Okay, here we go. Oh, the sourdough Jack. I've never had a Jack, a buttery Jack. Isn't that their like signature shit? I've never had one of those. What have I had there? I think I had a ultimate cheeseburger. I think I had this before. But I've never had this other stuff. The buttery Jack is like their hot shit. I'd still kill some of that hot slop, baby. Spicy sriracha burger. This is all just the same shit, like repackaged over and over. The Jumbo Jack cheeseburger. Like, why is that different than the Jack cheese buttery classic? Like, what's going on? Jumbo Jack Junior, Junior Jumbo Bacon Jack cheese. What the fuck? I don't know if you should have Jack in the name of your food that much. I don't know if you should be naming so much of your menu Jack. Chicken and salads. Jack's spicy chicken cheese. You see why we're fat over here, Europeans? Home-style ranch chicken club. Jesus Christ. Sourdough chicken nuggets. Jack's teriyaki bowl. Jack's fajita pita. Okay, here's where we start going off the goddamn rails with Jack in the Box. Jack's chicken sandwich, club salad, Southwest chicken salad, grilled chicken salad, tacos, fries, and sides. Get your sloppy wet Jacks. Sauced and loaded fries, loaded tiny tacos. This is just a bowl of tiny tacos covered in goo. Look at these tiny tacos. Who's coming up with this stuff? What laboratory? Onion rings, tacos, curly fries, French fries, egg rolls. They do have that. Stuffed jalapenos. They do have that. Bacon cheddar potato bowl? Bacon cheddar potato chicken bowl? Oh, thanks for subscribing, man. That means a lot to my bottom lines. It's the last lines of cocaine. Cocaine. We saw the breakfast. They have croissants, croissantwiches, loaded breakfast sandwich on sourdough, it looks like. Grilled sourdough Swiss bacon hamwich. Grilled grande sausage burrito breakfast. Meat lovers breakfast burrito. That looks good. This is just every one of their meats stuffed inside of a cheesy egg goo. When you say tiny tacos, all I hear is midnight tacos. Tiny? Tiny midnight tacos. Mish mash. It's just froze aisle grocery store on demand for stoners. Right. It's like everything you can buy frozen, like garbage, but they have a deep fryer and also gives you time to sober up in the drive-thru. I've always advocated, like, if you're driving home drunk, and we've all been there, no judgment, pull into a drive-thru. Do yourself a favor. The food's going to help sober you up, and you're going to get, you know how slow they are that late at night? You know, you're going to be 20 minutes. If you're going through a Whataburger, forget about it. You know, you have until the a.m. They'll take 6 hours to make your food. They're the worst. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. They got biscuits. Look at this. Look at this breakfast Jack. This is the saddest, weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is crazy. This is one slice of American cheese, one sad circle of ham, and like paper thin egg. I don't know many people who drive drunk. Well, you should fucking get new friends, because you know what? It sounds like a real fucking bore. I speed drunk. I go the fastest I can go. People know I get out of control when I drive. I'm usually like doing lines of coke off the steering wheel, which is why I can't turn. The worst part of this is the bun. Like, this is like a regular hamburger bun. Why do I stutter? Like Joe Biden. Nobody's talking about this. Yeah, look at all these breakfast sandwiches they do on like regular buns. That's crazy. Hash brown. Who needs this many pancakes? Oh, they're mini. Okay, fuck. I thought this was really like, oh, you get 8 pancakes. Like, hey, you driving? you need to fucking carb load for a marathon? Oh my God. Yeah, please send me $38. I'll order the whole menu. Late night. Oh yeah, here's where they get you. Because this is like, imagine being drunk. Spicy nacho chicken sandwich munchie meal. So that's real. Nacho chicken sandwich. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy. Look at this. Chicken sandwich on sourdough, 2 tacos, curly fries. Sriracha curly fry burger. Yeah, they're just throwing together. Hey, what do we got back there that we haven't put together this way? Look at this stacked grilled cheeseburger. The bun is grilled cheese, just like we always talked about years ago. They've done it. Chicken and tater melt. This is just hash browns, bacon, and cheese on a chicken sandwich. This is, yeah, they're back there in the lab with a pen and a pad trying to get them damn taters off. Jesus Christ. Don't tempt me. I'll pull that $38 trigger. Well, you should do it anyway. You know, don't make me be in charge of what you do with your life. Oreo cookie ice cream, chocolate overload, mini churros. They do got that. Cheesecake. Do they do any crazy drinks? Oh, they got a Coca-Cola freestyle machine. That's the new lazy way out. You remember you used to have to put a fountain in for every drink. It's cheating now. I feel like you throw a freestyle machine in. It's cheating. Yeah, that's great. That's a crazy walk down memory lane. Fuck. Oh, God. Yeah, I went to Burger King the other day. I was going to my last house inspection. So this house inspection is put off now until Thursday. I'm going out now to have pool companies bid on putting in the pool spa. And you get all kinds of bids. You know, how do you know who to trust with this shit? Because it's like one company literally is like $28,000. And then one company's like the basic pool starts at $60,000. And it's like, how are you off by more than 100%? Like for your starting point. It's like, does one of you have access to a different pool of Mexicans? No pun intended. Because it will be all Mexicans who build this stuff, you know. Do you think it's going to be like white men in my backyard digging a pool? I guess in this fucking climate. But yeah, so it's stressful, you know, trying to get bids for a pool, and the pool companies are busy. I guess like everybody home during this pandemic is literally like building a pool because it's like, fuck it, I'm going to be home forever. And I get it. That was the whole point of me, you know, getting this house is like, let's have a relaxing place to chill. But building a pool is fucking insane. All the permits and all the stuff and all the design and the back and forth and the 3D and the like, what's the layout you pick for the best utilization of the space? Did you just tip? First of all, I will thank you. That's very nice. But never do things through Twitch. They just take like fucking half of it. They're just dicks. But thank you. No, that is very fucking amazing. I don't even know how that works. I didn't know people could tip like that. That's crazy. I think that's the biggest tip we've ever since we started Twitch earlier this year. That's the biggest tip we've ever got. It's the fattest tip I've ever had in me. But they are evil. Twitch does take most of it. I think they're bad people. Oh, it was Lauren. She's resubscribed. Thank you. But yeah, it's just a nightmare. And the neighbors are going to hate it, right? Like I said, these houses are, close together. So like the neighbors are going to fucking hate 7 a.m. waking up in the morning, got to get digging, got to build me a pool. All the noise, you got a bobcat going back there to dig and shit. Can't be good. Can't be good vibes. I went through your PayPal tip link in your About section. Oh, then it worked. I don't know. I don't know how any of it works, and I apologize, but it was great. And if you want to apologize for my apology, just tip 100. And that should cover both of us. That should cover an apology for both of us. Because frankly, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that for you, that you had to be embarrassed. And it was all just weird. So let's pretend it didn't happen and just send it through again. No, thank you very much. I don't even know who you are, CLR, but calcium lime rust. Close to other houses, sounds like you got a real shithole. It was the biggest compromise. I wanted a big yard, big lot. I do not have that. But it's a great house. It's a huge house. It's going to be nice. And it's fucking new. And, I've seen pictures of all your houses, okay? Just over the years, people call into this show, Skype into this show. I've seen all your houses. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't hold myself to a higher standard. So I've got to have, the marble countertops. I can't be running around with fucking Formica, you savages. I can't have 5-inch square tile on everything, It's basic, it's sad, and I won't do it. So everything's got to be new. Everything's got to be nice. Everything's got to be high. Everything's got to be tight. Jesus, what's happening with Patrick right now? Yeah. Look, man, it's a crazy time, and we got to keep our hair out of our eyes. So thanks to Brandy's bows. Don't worry about it. We're all friends here. Keep it tight. Funningen. Yeah, I won't do it. I won't live in a place without room for a chandelier. Watch too much conservative TV. Oh, you didn't even let me get to my point about Amy Coney Barnett. No, I think what Trump did. First of all, here's in my account what I think happened. Because Antonin Scalia died way earlier in the year in 2016, right? Or in 2016. Yeah, 2016. Is he property brothering it again? No. I'm just telling you that I have to have a better place than you. For the most part. We have a few fans I know who are multimillionaires. But aside from those people, I've got to have a better house than the common man. If you're a plumber or an accountant, I have to, as an entertainer who's in the public eye, I got to have a better fucking house than you. So, I don't know. Well, I have 5 cats, so wow, you win, I guess, when it comes to that sort of, there's no contest, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. You win that one. Watch too much conservative TV. I watch it all, sir, and I think you're all crazy and cringe. The same with the memeing. This is Curran's thing is and a lot of far right people, you're nuts with your memes. You're out of your minds. If you think memes are cool, you're a fucking idiot. Memes are so fucking stupid unless it's a really sick meme. In which case, please send it to me. There are very few memes that are funny. And start to look around. Identify your friends that are into memes. It's not cool. I guarantee you it's a piece of the puzzle to their psychosis. Start picking apart people who are into memes. Like they're not all up here. If you're posting memes, if you're sharing, and this is another thing on Facebook, if you're sharing things from pages, you're a cuckoo. You're a fucking kook. And I'm not talking about the housewives who are like, oh, check out this awesome way to stain your chairs on your country farm table. You know, whatever. That's harmless. But I would say it still falls under this rule a little bit. A little bit. Have you seen this TV mount? He's lost it. I like those inside ones. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, if you're into memes, it's a fucking Blue's Clue to you being a goddamn nut. Look into it. Prove me wrong. Send me one person. Tell me one guy or gal. And by the way, guys, this goes double for you. And if you're using emojis in your texting, whew. I'm not talking about if you're like in a Facebook chat with a group of other like-minded alt-rights and you guys just send emotes back and forth. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in your private life, in your text message world. If you're a man and you're sending, and I almost said over 20, but no. If you're a teen using emojis, you need to die. You've got to stop. You're losing it all. And if you're using memes to communicate to your other weird circle of weirdos, I don't even know where I'm going with this. The point is, stop memeing. Stop memeing. They're dumb. Because the problem is you get guys like Curran who think they're great at making memes and think they're good at Patrick, stare at the camera for 5 seconds for me, please. I don't owe you anything, okay? You don't have to worry about my mental health. I'm great. That's how the Queef's God communicates. No. Don't do it, though. Don't do it. Because it's not, look, it's not that, it's not that you're not allowed to like have fun or be silly. The people who tend to do this stuff do it in excess, over the top, too much. You can't do it that much. It's too. You think you're great at it. You think you know what a good meme is. You don't. You're lost. You think everything's funny now, and more importantly, you continue to like throw shit at the wall to see if it sticks. These people who post like 13 memes a day, you know, just in hopes that one of them will go viral. Nothing goes viral. Everything goes viral and nothing goes viral. Get over it. No more memes. No more memes. Put them away. Lock her up. And that's what I think that the right thinks memes are fucking hilarious. And it's like, most of it is like trolling. And even like trolling is kind of cringe now, because it's like, oh, you lie to a person and then they react accordingly, so you get them. It's like, oh, all right. He's like, no. I don't think you understand. We called up the bank and we told him that we were like the head bank and that we'd be coming in for an inspection, and then they fucking bought it. It's like, right. Yeah, exactly. Got him. You really did it. It makes no fucking sense. So it's almost, in a way, cringe. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good got-ems, you know, for the sake of got-ems. The new Borat movie was fucking great. So it's not that I don't appreciate a good got-em. Good got-em. But, you know, you got to be on point with that stuff, or you run the risk of looking like a fucking complete loon, you know. Scam fam. So the Amy Coney Barrett thing, she's confirmed to this Supreme Court. I don't understand. I don't understand. Two things. Number one, Antonin Scalia died in early 2016. Okay. Obama was going to appoint somebody to the Supreme Court. Okay. Okay. And then Trump and the right threw a fucking hissy fit, screaming about how it was an election year. And because it never really come up or whatever, or hadn't in forever, whatever the fucking thing was, they screamed like, new rule, new rule, new rule. You got to wait for the incoming president to pick the Supreme Court justice. And the left, because they're giant crybaby pussies, said okay, and pretty much let that happen. Now, I think Trump's put 2 people on the court, 3 now, with Amy Coney Barrett. And she dies way closer to the election than Antonin Scalia. So, by their own rules, the right should fucking put that off, I think. You guys cried and screamed, right? Republicans. You guys cried and screamed about it. And watched the circus on HBO. They showed the kids in cages at the border oinking. If they did that, they had to pay them at least SAG after a day rate. You know, you can't make kids perform like that without giving them at least scale. So yeah, I don't think the Republican, it was shitty. If you ask me, it was fucking shitty that the Republicans did this again, like change the rules again. And we're like, no, we need to put a justice in before the election. Nothing to understand, just plain hypocrisy. Absolutely. 100%. So that really fucking bugs me. I don't like that. I think that's really shitty. And of course, the fucking Democrats allowed it to happen again because they're just pussies. Like, they're just pussies, which is why I think if this election is close, you know, and whatever close means, whether, look, if it's an overwhelming win of the popular election, but the somehow, you know, the way the electoral shakes out, that Trump wins again. Well, I mean, the electoral decides it, so there's not really anything to be done. But I think if it's close and Biden wins, the Republicans will make a giant fucking stink about it. We'll drag it out, fight. The country will be super divided, and the left will just roll over and let it happen again. I have $100 left, Patrick. Who should I bet on winning? If you have $100 total to your name, you probably shouldn't be betting with it. Okay? So don't do that. Oh, yeah. And my sister's in the chat now, and she probably missed the whole 30-minute section I did screaming about her on Facebook. And I've told her to her face, you got to stop posting on Facebook. You're like a fucking insane person. But she doesn't get it. You know, she's one of these young kids, free like the wind. Nuh-uh, didn't get me. I had magic armor on. Confirmation had to do with the Senate. Republicans have controlled that the whole time. Yeah. So, okay. So that makes sense then, right? Nothing the Dems could have done in either case. Okay. So that makes sense. I still don't like the hypocrisy. I still think it's shitty. Like, you guys made up this fucking rule, and you should stick by that, because I think it loses you a lot of credibility. I'll say this. So that I offered, so I just bought this house. I offered an amount for this house, and I asked for closing costs, for $5,000 in closing costs. Now, the seller's agent called my agent and said they verbally accepted the offer. So we're waiting on the paperwork to come through. And like a couple hours later, she calls, my agent calls back and says, yeah, they sat down and the seller was about to sign the paperwork. And she said, she didn't want to give you the $5,000 in closing costs. She thought that was a little too much. So are you okay with that change? Now, I'm not going to let $5,000 lose me this house. So I said, yeah. Like, it's already a good deal. I'm still getting it over 10,000, almost 20,000 under asking price. But I don't like that. I don't like you saying you accept something and then coming back when it's time to sign the paper. Not like if I ever had to like do business with this person again, I wouldn't. Like, I'm gonna take your shitty house, and it's not a shitty house, but I'm you know, my name has been sullied now. So yeah, I think that's shitty. It's shitty to verbally accept something, and then when it comes time to sign it, be like, oh, that's too much. It's like, okay. You know, it's already like the biggest goddamn purchase of my life, so whatever. $5,000 in a monthly payment is nothing, so whatever. So I don't like the fact that they were hypocrites about that. Like, you can't like scramble and scream and make up a rule, and then something comes along that's even a clearer cut case of the rule you defined because it's way closer to the election. And then you violate that and change it again. Yeah, it's shitty. Even though you control the Senate, it's shitty to like go against your own previous logic. It's shit. It's shit. But you could make the argument that we need 9 on the Supreme Court now, because if the election has to be decided by the Supreme Court, which I don't think will happen, that sounds fucking insane. But also, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, it's not like, is there anything that would surprise you this year? Not me. Not me. So I don't know what to make of all of it. I also think that I don't think she's a bad fucking pick for the Supreme Court. Like, I don't understand what everybody wants. Like, if she was a fucking Democrat, everybody would fucking laud her credentials. But because she's a conservative, I guess, she might be a wacko Christian, I'll tell you. Like, what do I know? I haven't really looked into the bitch. But from what I understand, she's like very, very accomplished. Doesn't really have any fucking spots on her record when it comes to like credulity and being judicial. So I don't understand. She has plenty of experience, definitely the education, definitely the pedigree. She looks like she eats babies when she smiles. Well, I guess we should hang her up then. Have you seen all the old white men running everything? What are you talking about? Everybody in power seems to just fucking droop worse than Michael J. Forks. The problem is that there should be separation of church and state, and she will not abide by that. Well, I think it's a little premature for anyone to say that. Like, she said she can. Let's not act like there's not a million judges who are Christian. You know, we still print God on our money. So this whole notion of church and state was flawed from the goddamn beginning, I would argue. It's also not how the world works. A president can't get elected in this country unless they say they believe in God. Like, it just can't happen. I mean, it does mean we should. So you go, you can't go. She's only been a judge since 2017, though. That's right. I mean, look, Obama wasn't a fucking politician for a goddamn minute before he became president. So we have to stop. You have to stop this stuff. The problem is there should be separation of church and state. She will not abide by that. And I said, well, we don't know that. We shouldn't think that. You know, it doesn't mean we shouldn't think that. It's like, I mean, it does though. This is a country where we give people the goddamn benefit of the doubt before we attack them. What was the thing this morning? The big story was like the black kid shot in Philadelphia, and there were riots in the streets, and I've seen 20 people sharing this around Facebook. Have you watched the footage of the maniac chase police around with a knife around a car and come at them with a knife? I don't know what you're all talking about. You're taking away, you're hurting it by posting all this shit that you're outraged about that isn't even true. You're hurting the things that are actually true. By screaming rape every time a man touches a woman's leg by mistake, you're taking a lot of attention away from other actual rape whistles. Look at everybody chiming in on this one. She doesn't have much judicial experience, but judicial experience isn't prerequisite. The Dems will pack the court. I want somebody who's like overall a good lawyer and educated well on the Constitution. And I mean, she's been a professor. From what I understand, there's no reason not to. It was the same with Gorsuch, I get it. He's a conservative. That's not a. Here's what left people don't seem to fucking understand, because you've all been co-opted into thinking like blue good, red bad. It doesn't make sense. Just because they're a Republican doesn't make them an evil fucking thing. You've got to stop this shit. You're all out of your mind. It's like, well, yeah, he's a Trump supporter, so of course we banned him from the restaurant and set his car on fire. It's like, what? He's allowed to be a Trump supporter. There's two parties. If you're in this blue bubble, you actually think that well, yeah, I mean, if you're like Trump, you're evil. It's like, what are you? I don't know what you're all talking about. In Melbourne, we stopped a guy with a knife on the streets with a trolley. So the black guy didn't really need to be shot. Oh, well, I guess that makes sense, because we should have just built a trolley. Why not just tase the guy? I mean, look, if you're not there, it's very easy to look back with hindsight. It's very easy to look back at any shooting with hindsight and go, why didn't they just do this? Why didn't they just do that? Why didn't they just do that? It's the ones who push religion like American is a Christian country, and it's simply not. I mean, but it is. But it actually is. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and it shouldn't be, and it was designed to not be, but it is. This is 100% fact. A person cannot win the presidency in this country unless they say they believe in God. We just don't I don't know what I don't understand how people don't understand that half of the fucking country, more than half. Do you understand that a large part of the Democratic base, or what the Democrats claim is the Democratic base, I don't think they do all vote Democrat. But let's talk about your Latinx. Let's talk about your black, vast majority of Hispanic and black people highly, highly correlate to believing in God and being religious. That's a very large portion of the country. And then you've got most of the middle of the country who also believes in God. You cannot win an election for president of the United States in this country without saying that you believe in God, that you pray to God, and that you even sometimes allow God to influence policy making. It's fucking insane. It's almost an inverse of what happens in British Commonwealth countries. It'd be hard to win an election in Britain if you said you believe in God. It's almost the other way. Can't be a Catholic and Prime Minister of the UK. It's pie in the sky notion to think that the way things are designed is how they are. I mean, we are a Christian nation by definition. I think even the most recent poll that I saw was over 70% of the population of this country still believes in God. That is insane. I'm going to agree to disagree. It's 100% unconstitutional, and the fact that Americans allow it to continue to happen is the actual problem. Well, I mean, I don't know what that means. You're both right. We're not agreeing to disagree. I mean, you're actually backing up my point. So you said, if we go back, because you're proving my point. You said the ones who push religion like American is a Christian country, and it's simply not. I said, yes, it is. It wasn't designed to be, and it's not supposed to be, but it is. And you said, agree to disagree. It's unconstitutional, and the fact that we continue to let it happen is the problem. So by you saying it, we continue to let it happen, it means it is. So it is a Christian country. We do agree that it's unconstitutional. It's not supposed to be, which is what I said before. It's not designed to be, which is what I said before. But it is. And you agree with that because you said we allow it to continue to happen. So you agree that it is a Christian country. It's hard taking this seriously from a man with a bow in his head. This is for a reason, to keep it light around here. But I don't think we're agreeing. I think you are agreeing with me. It is a Christian country, and that is not the way it's supposed to be. Why accept it is that way is my point. Well, that's where we get into like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because what does that even mean? Why do you accept that it's a Christian country? It's like, I don't accept it. It's what is. It's reality. It's fact. You cannot win a presidential election without playing the God game. Whether I accept it or not doesn't make it any less reality. I think it's stupid. I don't personally believe in God, or Sky Daddy, as I like to call him. Nobody trigger Patrick anymore. It's getting sad. Proper use of the highlight there. Yes. But we get into this thing where we go like, so and now look, I'm not going to go down this path because it gets into like, this isn't a false equivalency. Like this, you can't go, well, I accept it's that way. It's like, it doesn't matter whether I accept it. It is. Oh, so you believe it can't change? I didn't say that at all. Everything can change. Everything will change. The gay marriage thing, it changed. Guess what? There's still people in the country who believe the gays shouldn't be able to be married. I would argue there's very few people in the country who give a fuck, who genuinely give a fuck. There's people who will say they give a fuck who don't really give a fuck. Like, nobody really gives a fuck. And I do believe, like, eventually religion will dwindle or go away, although I have less and less faith in humankind with every fucking passing day. Anything can change. It just takes time. You can't make things happen. Acceptance is compliance, my man. I mean, agree to disagree. Compliance, I think, is following anything fucking blindly. I've just watched it happen. I watch everybody fucking keep switching directions with the tide, and you're all insane. You have to be the one to make change. You can't just wait on it. Well, good luck. I wish Godspeed to people who really believe that stuff. Because it's nuts. I want you to think about it. If you're like whatever your thing is. So your stand is, hey, we shouldn't rest until no one in this country believes in God. It's like, well, good luck with that mission. Hey, we shouldn't rest in this country until nobody is racist anymore. It's like, oh, I'm just going to enjoy my life. And you guys can like try to hunt down every racist. That's an insane mission. I wish you the best, Don Quixote. And I hope it gets done for you. Like really. But when you like boil it down, it's like you can spend your life like crusading for some insane, unobtainable mission. Or you can educate people and enlighten them. And you can show people a different side of an issue through an example and through being accepting and positive. that there are other opinions as well. And I think it's very, and I've said this before, like it's very easy once you label somebody, what do you say, acceptance is compliance. It's like, so now you've labeled, like, you know what I mean? So now I don't give a fuck that our president believes in God. By the way, Biden believes in God. Like, so what are we doing? Biden goes to church. So what are we doing? So who do we vote for? Let me just say this. If you vote for Biden, acceptance is compliance, my man. Trump believes in God. So what do we do? Doesn't make any sense. I'd rather spend my life trying to educate people and incite change rather than being cynical and accepting life. I don't think people are doing what they think they're doing. I think people think they're educating and inciting change when all they're doing is dividing. All they're doing is dividing. Every one of these motherfucking people on Facebook who thinks they're like shaming racists or sexists or anti-trans, you have no idea what you're doing. You're out of your minds. You don't realize that you're fucking dividing people way more than you're. And by the way, you're the same people who say like you want to educate people, but you're also like, delete me immediately if you disagree. It's like, okay. It's hypocrisy. It's craziness. And I do think on some levels it's a narcissism. And this doesn't go for everybody, by the way, but I think a lot of people who do that under the guise of, oh, I'm educating. It's like, yeah, but you're the one who, like, anybody who does anything you don't agree with, you burn it to the ground. It's like, that's not how educating works. That's not how a free exchange of ideas works. It's not how, it's like, so like, look, take the Amy Coney Barrett thing. And again, I know nothing about her other than pretty much her record is great, and there's nothing about her that should disqualify her for being a Supreme Court judge. Look, you may not like that she's conservative. You may not like that she's religious. She said she's able to separate the two. I tend to give people just the benefit of the doubt because I think that's the way anything should fucking work in the world. Everybody should get the benefit of the doubt in the face of any lack of evidence. And, until proven otherwise, or until, there's a due process for everything. If something happens in a case where she uses religion or anything like that, or has in the past, and that's been brought up, I don't know. No, they shouldn't really. People shouldn't get the benefit of the doubt. I mean, well, then you just fundamentally disagree with the Constitution of the United States. It's just like, that is what it is. Like, everyone should get the benefit of the doubt of innocence without any assumption of guilt. Like, that's just not a thing that we have. So you're allowed to disagree, but that's the actual fundamental thing that gives you the allowance to disagree. I'm telling you, if you're too into anything and you think you're right about everything, you're crazy. Like, you're just crazy. You're not seeing it all. You go down these paths. I feel like I saw this on Fox News. First of all, I'm the one who just roasted the fucking Republicans for being whiny baby game, fucking goalpost moving motherfuckers. That whole thing with fucking rushing to confirm her was fucking hypocrisy. That was fucking insane. It's fucking insane. I don't know that I necessarily have any problem with the choice, but it's the other team. The other team has the ball. So that's the way it fucking goes. You're not going to like their pick. Guess what? They're not going to like your pick. That's how the fucking things work. Like, it's just like, I can't. Oh, really? All the Democrats have a problem with the Republican appointed judge? No. Like, of course. And if the Democrats were in there and put in a fucking Democrat judge, every Republican would be screaming about it. That's why you're all crazy liars. You're all fucking wrong, and you have your heads up your ass so much you can't even fucking see it. Nobody can just go, I guess she's a fucking, we're talking about a fucking like woman who's done nothing fucking wrong. Like if you just take her to goddamn woman, like you're all out of your minds. And by the way, you're the fucking feminists, Did she like adopt African babies? She's Angelina Jolie, for God's sake. She's well educated, She's never had cocaine like George Bush. I don't know what everybody's so mad about. Guess what, dummies? It's not your pick. It's their pick. Oh, they lied about wanting to... Yep, they lied. They're fucking hypocrites. You're all hypocrites, by the way, both sides. You're all fucking nuts. Spank me, Sky Daddy. She's not guilty of anything. Just don't want her and her imaginary friend dictating laws for the rest of her life. Yep. I mean, that's fair. That is fair and that's honest. So thank you. But yeah, it's their ball, man. They got to make the fucking choice. That's just the way. Sorry, that's the way we designed it. So I'd argue that instead of everybody screaming about the score of the ball game, everybody focuses on if you want the rules changed. Because like it really does feel like we're playing out last election shit. It's so fucking weird. It's so weird, man. Oh God. It's like, guess what? There are perfectly fucking capable politicians and judges who are Christian, who are agnostic, who are atheist, just like there are perfectly fucking capable Republicans and Democrats who are fucking Asian, white, black. Like, it's all crazy. We're in such a fucking weird world of saying we have tolerance and claiming, acceptance and all this fucking shit, which is nothing but horseshit. It's horseshit. You're so accepting of whatever the fuck you deem appropriate. The minute somebody does something you don't like, it shouldn't be allowed. Cancel it. Get it out of here. You're out of your fucking minds. Oh, fuck. I'm telling you, any of your friends who are too into it on either side, run. Run. Especially if they combine that with the mental illness of posting memes. You're gonna be sorry, because these are the ones who will fucking go nuts and shoot you. These are the people who don't know how to chill. I think it's the chill factor is what it is. It's like, you need to chill. Some people don't know how to chill. And that's why I recommend Gum Club. Simply Sarah made some low-carb sausage breakfast gravy. Let me try to break that down in my head, because I did smoke some weed before this show. Low carb. Okay. I'm with you so far. Sausage. Okay. Protein. I'm with you. Breakfast gravy. So that would lead me to believe it's like the white sawmill gravy, which is primarily made with flour. And you would like cook the sausage, right? Like fry it up, and then the grease comes out. And then you'd like add flour and water and make sort of a roux. And then you would add more water and cook it to thicken it up. A little cornstarch, perhaps. Thicken it up. And you're telling me that's low carb? Like, what do you make it with? Almond flour? Some sort of whey? Fuck empathy. Whoa. Yep. I mean, that's what they want. It's what they want. It's people who, this is what they want. They want you. It's actually a really fucking poignant point. Fuck empathy. They want you to hate everybody who doesn't think what you think. And they really barely care which side you're on. That's how they're getting you. That's how they're getting you. I'm telling you right now, if you hate the other side, whatever side you're on, I don't even know. But if you really like have a real lack of tolerance for them, If somebody comes up and or something comes on and you feel uncomfortable or you want to skip it because they're saying something you don't agree with, you know you've been gotten. You're hooked. They got you. Because it's the minute you can't tolerate, and that should be the key right there. Because you're claiming to be tolerant. The minute you can't take it, they got you. They don't want you to take it. They don't want you questioning anymore. They want you on a side. They want you to pick a team. You're either the blue bows or you're the pink bows. And then once you're on a side, now they can change whatever the agenda is they want. Like, it doesn't even matter because you've picked a side. It's the think stopper, man. This is Trey's mallet. Remember, he's the crazy Republican nut. He's fucking nuts. He thinks there's like microchips and masks, and this is how the government's controlling us, beep boop. Like, he's fucking the other way. Warning to everybody on all of it. You should see it. You should be aware of it. And you should question it. All of it. Anytime you're posting something or sharing something or liking something that is political in nature, I would ask you, what was your impulse and why to do that? And it's not what you think. It's not that somebody posted BLM with a rainbow flag and you're going to click, I like BLMs and rainbow flags. It's like, that doesn't even mean anything. You know what I mean? That's not why you're doing it. Nobody's clicking like on that because they like black people. Like, and again, this goes back to the other one. Like, I'm sorry, like, no one's racist. What are you talking about? Where do you live that you're seeing Klan rallies? I don't know what you're all talking about. So it's like Ty. You've made up an enemy and you're fighting them. You're all fucking out of your gourds. There's no microchips in your masks. The vaccine isn't a hoax. The virus isn't a hoax. Oh my God. These Proud Boys, they're fucking out of their minds. The vaccine is a hoax. Bill Gates is out to get you. You're all wonked. Your meters are wonky as fuck. Center up. Say it to yourself in your mind and ask yourself if it makes any goddamn sense. And get your fucking bearings. You're all fucking out of your minds. Wet COVID tours to the dam. Sure. Sure, let's do it. I had to take a call. Nobody is racist. I came in at a weird time. Yeah, I mean, it's like when you say, like, it's just like it, because it doesn't make sense. It's just like, some things you don't even need verification of, but also, like, if you do any actual verification. My city in Orange County, California, had a Klan rally a few years ago. I seen it. I have to see an article. You post it up. Like, what are you talking about? Let's find it. I like this. Klan rally, Orange County, California. Now look, Orange County, in fairness to this person, before we fucking look it up, is a weird pocket in California, especially the LA area, of Republican activity. I think that's a red county in a blue state. One of the only red counties, I will say that. Let's look up Klan rally. A brief history of the Ku Klux Klan. Oh, here we go. KKK rally in Anaheim erupts in violence. Fuck yes. Here we go. They're mad I got an ad blocker on. Let's look. There was one in Virginia where Trump said there are fine people on both sides. One of the Nazis killed a lady. First of all, what? You got to slow down. One at a time. A Ku Klux Klansman left. struggles with a protester for an American flag after members of the KKK tried to start a White Lives Matter rally at Pearson Park in Anaheim on Saturday. 3 people were treated at the scene for stab wounds, 13 arrested. 3 people were stabbed and 13 others were arrested at a Ku Klux Klan rally in Anaheim, erupted in violence. A small group of people representing the Klan announced it would hold a rally. By 11 a.m., several dozen protesters showed up in front of the Klan. An hour later, several men in black garb with Confederate flag patches arrived in an SUV near the edge of the park. Why did it cut out? Come on. Fighting broke out moments later after the Klan members exited the vehicle. Some of the protesters could be seen kicking a man whose shirt read Grand Dragon. At some point, a protester collapsed on the ground, bleeding, crying that he had been stabbed. A Klansman in handcuffs could be heard telling police officers he stabbed him in self-defense. 2 protesters were stabbed in the melee, one with a knife. Yeah, I mean, we need an account of what happened, but what it says is that when the Klan got out of the truck, several protesters started attacking the Klan, which, is illegal. Unfortunately. Like, I get it. Here's where, like, the quote-unquote average person, I think, would Klan rally in Anaheim. Didn't Google Unite the right rally. Okay, yeah. But this is what I mean. Like, okay. Like, holy shit. First of all, don't compliment me. This is my morning look. When I, of course, when I say there's nobody's racist, I don't mean that. I mean, very, very few people are fucking racist. Like, get outside. Come on. They got their ass whooped up and down my street. You're making your side look bad. Who are you talking to? They were Republicans, not racists. What does that mean? There was one Virginia where Trump said that people on both sides were a thing. Yeah. I mean, but people on both sides are good people. This is my fucking point. It's like, that's what Trump said. He goes, there were people on both sides. People are protesting both things, dummies. I love how you like, God, they're the same. And again, I argue if you're out on the fucking street at a rally or a protest, you're a fucking nut. You're a nut. No matter what side you're on, you're a fucking nut looking for a fight. You're looking for shit to pop off so that you get to be aggressive. I'm sorry. You're mentally ill. You're not doing it for a cause. You're out looking for goddamn trouble. And you're a liar. Either side. Either fucking side. You're all nuts. Because I'm sorry. You all start the fucking fights. You all do. You really fucking do. And you all want it. You all want it so bad. It's like, why do you guys have, like, it doesn't matter. Because it's like, okay, they showed up and started kicking you, so you pulled out knives and stabbed them. Well, why did you have knives? Well, we had knives in case somebody started shit. It's like, right, but you wanted them to start shit. But also, left, you don't get to show up and kick them or shoot them or stab them because they're the KKK. That's not how it works. But they're wrong. Yes, they are wrong. You don't get to show up and harm them. That is not how the world works. At least our country. You're bananas. You're all bananas if you think that's acceptable. Either way. By the way, show them by being what you did. You showed up and forced to protest the KKK. Right. I can't imagine it's very hard to get more people to show up and protest the KKK than it is to get people to show up being in the KKK. There's not a big KKK anymore. Okay. There's just not. And guess what? If there is, they have secret barbecues in backyards. They don't really go out in public and fucking hold rallies very often, which is why it makes the news. And the first example someone could think of was 4 years ago. And what happened? People showed up and let them know this ain't cool. And that's okay too. OKKK, I say. I'm glad you have to explain it all to us. Here's some money. It just like, I do think it's very easy to get locked into your track of thinking. And I think it's also dangerous to not step back and look at it from both sides. It's like, just because they're wrong, the KKK, and when I say because they're wrong, I'm talking about being racist. Like, believe it or not, I think everybody can agree racism is pretty wrong for the most part. We all agree on that. I would say 98% of people in this country agree racism is wrong. And I'm being generous. Look at that kid from Wisconsin, went there with guns to the rally, ended up shooting folks, went there to look for and start trouble. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You're an underage kid walking around with fucking, semi-automatic rifle. He was keeping order. Yeah. No, he was a fucking nut. He was a nut who was so swept up into his way of thinking that he thought that was acceptable. He's a nut. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. And guess what? People got shot. So now what? Now what, dummies? How about this? Stop going out with weapons to the streets. Stop breaking windows. Stop lighting shit on fire. Stop spitting in police faces. Stop yelling at the police. Let the police go home to their fucking families. They're not robots. They're not evil fucking robots. They're people with families. Everybody chill the fuck out. We're so weird, man. We're very fucking weird now. Just as like a weird species. We're going backwards. It's like, yeah, but the KKK is bad. Therefore, I can show up and just start stabbing or kicking or whatever to them because they're bad. It's like, no. I understand that you don't know how to deal with your emotions because you were brought up in a fucking time where you don't know how to process things that are happening to and around you. But that doesn't give you an excuse to lash out and act illogically. You fucking kooks. I can't imagine being underage. My dad would have whipped my asshole. Just the hole. If he would have caught me out with a fucking gun on the streets. Are you out of your mind? Where were the parents? It's okay to punch a Nazi because they're a Nazi group. Is that a real thing? Yeah, I mean, that's just not like, that is a logical fallacy. It's just like, the problem with any kind of a mob rule is that it fundamentally undermines the process we have in this country for justice. And then you say that to somebody and they go, well, you know who deserved justice? Trayvon Martin. It just goes to that. And it's like, there are plenty of examples of bad police, of bad people doing bad things. We can always point to that. We'll never be perfect. We should strive to do better and be perfect. But when you roll up on somebody, deem them a racist, and then dole out, the right hand of justice, whether that's a hand or a gun or running them over with your car, or burning down their business or breaking their window, or it's like, this is it's just weird, man. You draw lines, you make up imaginary enemies, and then you follow through the execution of a punishment against that enemy. And it's like, you heard about this in the Chaz CHOP, the autonomous zone, whatever. Where so what they've done, for people who don't know, and I'm not there, so I don't know the full extent of it, but they, 7 or 8 blocks of downtown Seattle, they've just barricaded up, blocked off. A bunch of people are camping out there. They've kicked the police out. No businesses in this area can open. The police station, they boarded it up and just left. They said, we don't need police. We don't need anything. We're going to run this autonomous zone ourselves. We've taken this over from the city. We are our own sovereign area. Now, the problem with Seattle is, I guess, that they're a single parent and don't know how to raise an ornery teenager, because I would have probably airdropped, called in an airstrike, Call of Duty style, to these fucking idiots. Like, you just don't get it. That's not how this works. But once you let it go, then it happens. And then, so what happened is the people are getting like hurt in there. By the way, they put up like a sign for demands outside of it. Like, we need toilet paper, gum, bottled water, cigarettes, lighters. It's like, what? It's not, this isn't like jail and we're trying to put money on your commissary card. Like teenagers who didn't budget when they went away for a year abroad. So like, they won't let police in, and then people get hurt or need medical attention inside this area, but ambulances won't go in there because police can't go in there and like declare the area clear and no longer a danger. So then they blame the medical workers for not helping them and blame the deaths of people who die in there on the police and medical workers, when it's like, you kicked the police out and said you didn't need them. And then there was and so like inside this fucking autonomous zone, a new hierarchy of power has fucking arisen, because that's what happens. In the void of power, other greedy, narcissistic, megalomaniac people will fill that void. You get rid of the police, you get rid of government, you drain the swamp, whatever it is. Immediately those areas will fill up with more corrupt people. How could it go any other fucking way? I found a lot of the kids in Seattle spend their money on weed and want the city to fund their living expenses. Right. Right. Oh yeah, because you live there. Yeah. A lot of the kids just spend their money on weed and then want the, yeah, right. They just want the city to give them money. Thanks for the follow. Go to heaven. The point is, what was the fucking point? I don't know. Oh, so there's like some rapper in there now who I guess became like the fucking leader of the new police. What's his name? I can't even fucking remember, but he was like a rapper. And like now he just walks around with guns and like has his own police that pretty much police the place, which is like weird because it's like against what you wanted. But then you guys get in power and then you're like, no, but of course we need like police. Like so now they have their own police. So what happened is, because they're not coordinated and don't have the training, as poor as it may be in some places, the police training, but they don't have their equipment and their level of communication and stuff. So they're not doing as good of a job. And I guess there was a case where somebody in a silver Jeep started driving down a road and opened fire on a bunch of people in a crowd inside the autonomous zone, and then took off out of sight. And people started running after it and looking for it and stuff. And the communication of what the vehicle was didn't get communicated right. And they found somebody driving around a white Jeep, and it was a black father and son, I guess. And they pulled them out of the car and shot them because they thought they were the ones in the silver car blocks over who were driving by shooting people. So like they shot an innocent black father and son. This new police. And it's like, well, the regular police shoot black people all the time. And it's like, well, that's also wrong. That's why when you took that's when the city took CHOP down. Right. Right. Because it doesn't work like this. And I understand the argument of like, well, this is how things change. It's like, it is and it isn't. Like, it's not enough to change it. Thanks for the subscription, Wolfer. Like, yeah, look, I'm not saying there's not such, look, this kind of thing boils to a point where it either becomes a revolution or it goes away. I would argue that we're too fucking lazy and self-evolved in this country for it to ever fucking amount to much of anything. Just from what I've observed, I thought we'd be boiled over and fucking in the streets with guns by now. Period. But I don't know. I think we're stuck between our weird consumerist society and our need to be woke. But there's never gonna, like, everyone who thinks you're on the right side of something, I want you to ask yourself, what's the end game? Like, when will it be enough for you? Whatever your cause is, whether it's racism or taxes or LGBTQ issues or gun control or whatever it is. Like, what's the thing that happens that makes it all good now for you, and when you'll go back to just living a normal life? So let's say if it's gun control. Like, well, I won't be happy until nobody in this country can get a gun. Okay, what if it's the other way? I won't be happy until you can buy a gun without a background check in every 7-Eleven. Okay? Whichever side of that you're on. Both of those things are insane. Neither one of those things will ever happen in this country. I'm sorry, it won't. To the people who come up with, yeah, but don't you think things could ever change? Nope. Not guns, not in this country. I'm sorry, you can't. It's too many. You can't put the genie back in the bottle, and I'm afraid of how much bloodshed there would be if you tried to. So we just continue to walk that delicate balance of never doing anything. At least with that one, I'll let you know. Whatever it is. Religion? Okay. Complete separation of religion and state. Okay. Let's go along with that. What side are you? Hold on. There was a silent protest march from downtown to the park by my house in Seattle. It was fine, no harm done. But during the CHOP days, they would run to the I-5 and pretty much look like they were shooting a music video along the way. It was stupid and should be illegal. Yeah. There were a bunch of those idiots that ran out in the middle of the fucking highway to shut it down. They're taking over streets in LA. They won't let people drive down them. They make them go around in the name of Black Lives Matter or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, this has nothing to do with anything. You're not brave. You're not saving anyone's life. You're out here hoping something pops off. You won't be happy until it does. I'm not roped into it like that. I'm sorry. No, but they're saying that, like, police should stop shooting black people. It's like, no, duh. You blocking I-5 isn't helping, you know? And by the way, if somebody is shot and needs an ambulance, you in the middle of the highway doesn't really help. I've had it with both of you. You donkeys and you elephants. Enough. And the Proud Boys, I do think the Proud Boys and the Trump supporters actually do less, like, actual starting of shit. It's 100% the left. They're the ones who, like, get triggered and cannot deal. They can't have them. They don't have the emotional quotient to deal with the feelings that they feel because they've been coddled too much. So, like, if you walk in with a MAGA hat, they lose their mind, screaming, yelling, hitting, kicking. They can't do it emotionally. They're not capable of doing it. And I think the right knows that. So they know they don't have to do anything but use their words and actions. Wear that hat, yell, "Go Trump, USA," and the other side loses their mind and starts hitting and throwing things. Have you ever held up I-5 before? Feels fucking amazing. Yeah, it probably does. It probably does. But the right is better at memes and trolling. If we're talking snowflakes, the right is a blizzard. Oh, really? Which give me examples. I would love to know that. Because I'm calling out what I see. What I see is the left, like, doesn't have the ability to, like, tolerate anything that goes against it. Like, they can't be offended. They can't listen to another opinion. Is what I see. I see the right listening to other opinions and being more tolerant. If we're gonna talk about tolerance, but maybe I'm wrong and I'm open to listening to it because I love Most of the right snowflakes are boomers. Okay, so like elderly people. These are the people on their way out. Yeah, I would agree with that. I see that. There's a lot of, like fucking Trump. Trump is a goddamn baby. Trump is a fucking baby. A really, really self-conscious piece of shit baby. Liar, placator, 100%. 100%. So when you if you talk about people like Trump, I will give that to you. Fucking 100%. That dude is a baby. My buddy Roy did a joke where, not Roy that you guys know, but he did a joke about it where he would say, literally, like Trump's debate style is, Hillary's a bitch. I know it. They know it. Everybody knows it. It's like that kind of a fucking attitude, like a high school girl, just like a Mean Girls type of weird, love me, but I don't care if you love me kind of attitude. Yeah, 100%. I do see that. But yeah, so yeah, maybe that's the dynamic. Maybe the old people on the right are snowflakes. Although I find that hard to believe because, when you think of old people on the right, it's like people were in the military, saw the war, maybe. I don't know. That's an interesting one. But the people on the left who are because you can see it if you look at somebody like Hillary, anti-maskers and Karens. Yeah, it's like Karen aged down on the left. And Karen age, they can handle a little more. And I think the older Democrats are like normalish people. But younger Democrat people, I would say from 40 down. And again, none of these are hard lines. We're just discussing here. They can't do it. Block anyone who doesn't have the same opinion as me. I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and listen to another opinion. You saw it earlier. Like, well, don't you think they should get the benefit of the doubt? No, I don't think they should. They don't agree with what I think, so they don't get the benefit of the doubt. It's like, I don't know how so you're saying like we should never have a judge or a teacher? By the way, this would have to go for teachers too, when you talk about separating church and state. So we never have a judge, a teacher. I would argue maybe this should extend to the executive branch of the government, maybe police officers, chief of police, mayors, politicians of any sort, any government office. Maybe the ladies working at the DMV. None of these people should ever be Christians because we don't believe that they can separate their daily duties of their job from their religion. How do I know when you, run my license plate, if God didn't tell you to pull me over, like at some point we either let that go or we don't let it go. I mean, the argument that, and you can make the argument that, well, a Supreme Court judge should be held to a higher standard. I said this when Brett Kavanaugh, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter whether or not he did anything, and it looked like, from everything I remember, that the evidence, there was no real evidence that he fucking did anything to, what was her name? Christine Blasey Ford. And one side screaming, believe all women, which is an insane notion. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? And the other side is like, well, see, there wasn't any evidence, so he gets to be on the Supreme Court. And it's like, no. Supreme Court, I think, is, one of the highest offices you can hold in this country, highest court in the land. And even the swirling accusations, true or false, of sexual misconduct, much less maybe multiple instances of sexual misconduct, I would argue disqualify you from considering from being considered. It doesn't feel right to me. I don't think that's right. If he was accused of it and there seemed to be some meat on the bone, that it was possible, that's when I say, now look, he doesn't go to jail. His career's not ruined. He gets the benefit of the doubt. There was no proof. It's dismissed. There's no penalty. But I would argue that you don't get to be on the fucking Supreme Court. But I don't know why. We're just weird, man, when we start crafting and bending rules around what we believe. It's like somewhere along the line we got lost. And we really believe that if people don't agree with us, they don't have the rights that we have. Punch a Nazi. It's okay because they're a Nazi. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we have a system. I remember my grandma telling me, if you ever want to know what is in your past, get into politics. Yeah, I guess so. But we also like just don't balance. Like, it's so fucked. I don't know. Nobody knows what's true anymore, but I know this. If you think you know, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You know as much as they fucking want you to know, and you participate as much as they want you to participate. And they've got you, man. If you're wearing their color jersey, they've got you. I've got 4 days to early vote left in Nevada. And I haven't voted. I haven't filled it out. I can't, it's so disgusting. Both of them. I don't like when you say that this is how something is and what you believe, and then you change it. And that's what the Republicans did. That's what the Trump did with this Amy Coney Barrett thing. It's shitty. You threw a fucking fit with Antonin Scalia, and now you pull this shit. Like, I don't like it. Biden, I don't even have really any, I don't get, Biden is corrupt and maybe has dealings with China or Russia. It's like same shit, different day. No, duh. I love people who think that stuff's not true. You're a fucking idiot. They're all taking checks. They're all twisted. They're all twisted. But I think Biden's relatively harmless. I do. But I don't like Kamala. Kamala? Sorry. Kamala. Kamala? And I do think the whole, he's clearly mentally diminished a bit, Biden. Like, he's stumbling and bumbling a lot. He loses train of thought a lot. But I don't think people care. I think, like I said, it doesn't matter. It's blue team, blue team, blue team. Fuck Trump, fuck Trump. Anybody but Trump, anybody but Trump. And I think they want to get Kamala in there as like a puppet. You know, as soon as they get elected, Biden will do like a year and be like, for medical reasons, I'm stepping down. Or, they'll shoot him. Like the DNC will just take him out in a covert operation. Blame it on a militia in Michigan. Kamala is a real go-getter. She sucked cock. Oh, she sucked cock to get where she is. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff going around, which happens a lot. It's not unbelievable, but, Hey, look, sometimes you got to suck dick. I wish I could vote. Well, because you're a felon. I understand. Oregon voting on decriminalizing some drug offenses and legalizing magic mushrooms on our ballot. Wow. Go Oregon. You can do it. Yeah, I'm all for the decriminalization of drugs. I'm all for letting out non-violent offenders, especially non-violent first-time offenders. I don't know. I think if you get arrested 3 times for stealing shit, that's probably enough. We can lock you up. But if you stole some potato chips and a drone from Walmart, we'll let you out on this one. Here's a ticket. Pay Walmart back for that drone. Sounds fair to me. I don't know. You tell me. It's hot in here. I got to turn down my Ecobee. Ecobee. It's the only thermostat you should really use in a controlled environment like this. I'll put it on 72, which for my house is very chilly. I had the heat on this morning. It's getting cold here. Oh no, I've gotten a call. Hopefully it's not from a Pullman. And I missed a call this morning. I've got 700 emails now. Dear God. Yeah, love my Ecobee. Great. We really stump for Ecobee here. We say, listen to the Ecobee. It's great. Keep it up. What do you say we regroup? Huh? What do you say we get ourselves a drink, pop in some gum, everybody take a chill pill, cool out. We're trying to have discussions. We just want to talk both sides. I'm trying to help you. Come join me in the middle. Come join me in the middle. Don't be distracted by who has the best flavor of gum. Oh no, my sister texted. She's very angry. Oh my God. She goes, it's not a good idea for me to watch your show anymore. I'm sorry my thoughts and opinions bother you. I don't think I can separate myself enough to not get heated. And that's my point. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? And that's what you've let people do. You've aligned yourself with a system of thinking so much. My own sister, just now, I can't watch your show anymore. I get too heated. I can't deal with your thoughts or opinions. Just imagine that. So that's the world we're building. And these people will try to convince you that they're like in it for America, for freedom, for democracy. The proliferation of ideas and discussion. I don't think I can do it anymore. I get too heated. So I'm out. It's like, well, it's like, imagine trying to climb up a hill and being like, you know what? It was too hard. I don't think I'll ever try to climb hills again. It's like anything hard is worth doing. And I think you say a lot more about yourself. And I've said goes back to blocking people on Facebook and hiding people's posts and unfriending people. You're doing yourself a disservice. You really are. I thought he was doing a weird improv exercise. What? No. Yes, and no, you need to, you can't do it. You can't let anything upset you that much. You're losing friends and family over a disagreement that also isn't even once you talk it out, you also may not even really disagree that much. Because a lot of times people don't communicate well, or they don't really verbalize their idea in their head as clearly. Once you have to translate that to another person. So it's weird, but that's what I do find that's the left. That is the left, because they've almost been trained, to do that. I'm sorry about the gum here. Gum Club, we do it just to calm down. But that's what they're trained to do. Like, hey, this person is a fascist. This person's a racist. This person's a Republican, because that's almost a bad word now. And I'm not a Republican. I'm just using it for an example. Therefore, this person's a Nazi. This person's da-da-da. Therefore, I don't have to listen to them or be friends with them or talk to them ever again. Oh, but you guys have known each other since fucking high school. Yeah, but they voted for another candidate that I don't agree with, which half the country voted for, by the way. So I can't even be like, imagine throwing away half of your fucking friends and acquaintances. It's like, I would really like everybody to have to wear who they voted for on their forehead so that, you know, when you're at Starbucks, you don't have to be served by somebody. It's Nicorette gum he's chewing. I wish. Yeah. But that's what they're getting you to do. They're getting you to throw away friends and people who are real in your life and throw away people with other opinions, which is crazy. So, you know, the campuses are all safe spaces now. The online ecosystems from Twitter to Facebook are all super safe spaces now, you know. And they are, like it or not, they are starting to not legislate, but they don't need the legislation. You understand? They don't need to make it illegal to censor free speech if all the companies just get together and update their terms of service to no free speech. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, well, this person posted something bad about Biden, so we hide that article. He must have so much money. I'm just chewing on Jewel Pods. No. Come on. Let's take a break. Let's regroup. I'll get rid of the gum, and then we'll go over maybe some Thai stuff. We'll go over some Dre's Mala stuff. Anything you guys want to go over? Like maybe a Simply Sarah jerky sausage recipe we can go over. Yeah, starting to get so heavy in the politics shit. I see it. I see it happening to friends of mine. And even again, like now my own relatives. And it's like, and again, like what she's already done is like perfect example of like how far down this rabbit hole she is. She's literally like, well, I guess I won't watch your thing anymore and we don't have to talk. And I'm sorry that my thoughts and opinions bother you. And it's like, so you've thrown someone kind of out of your life and then you made yourself a victim. It's like, great way to move forward. Good way to get things done. Always productive. Make it about you. Everyone was trying to hurt you. I know you're a comedy show, but I love your talks on the current state of events because we're all going crazy. I don't want you to think that you're nuts for being logical. Nothing that people are doing, especially on Facebook and Twitter, because the loudest people are nuts. Like, I don't post. So, like, people don't really know what I'm thinking because I find it the mark of an insane person. But I'm happy to come on here and just scream, you know. But I want you to know, like, if you're listening to this, like, you're okay. It's okay. You're not crazy. Everything's fucked. These people are wrong on both sides. They're wrong. The right are fucking liars and hypocrites for trying to put in another Supreme Court judge. The left are fucking babies and liars and hypocrites for not accepting Amy Coney Barrett. She's a fine judge. She'll be fine. I don't know if she can separate being religious from being a judge. I don't know. How about we give her the benefit of the doubt since that's what our country's for? No, I don't want to give her the benefit of the doubt. Why not? Because she believes something different than me. Okay. The world doesn't work based on what you believe or what you think should be or your fucking feelings. Coney Barrett, Ireland. Island? Coney Island Beret. Wait, this U.S. election thing isn't a TV show? Smoke weed every day. I don't even know the Oh, is this one?
Smoke weed every day.
No, I forgot I had that button. Great. But no, don't let yourself get fucking sucked into it. Like, and this is like, honestly, this is the most dangerous position to take, is that you're both nuts, because, you know, now both sides hate you. But I don't give a fuck. Like, who cares? I don't want unstable people around me. Taco Pony Party. I wish. Don't we all wish? Let's take a break. When we come back, we will lighten the mood. Okay? It's going to be great. It's going to be friendly. We're all going to get along. Self-soothe. You know? Physician, heal. Wait. Figure out. What was this saying? If you go where a lot of people say all the most recently appointed SCJs were on the Bush's legal team during the. Of course, motherfuckers. This is my point. Guess what? When Democrats are in power and they get to appoint Supreme Court justices, they'll all be crooked fucking pawns as well. You think she might be a pawn for the Republicans and the conservatives? No. I don't care. These are the rules. It's their ball. They get to do it. They have the votes. They get to do it. That's the system we designed. That's what's going to happen. And by the way, guess what? Yes, she's crooked as fuck. And whoever fucking Biden puts in, or Kamala Harris, will be crooked as fuck. They're all crooked as fuck. Everything's crooked. Everyone's crooked. You're on your own. Figure out your own life. The government doesn't owe you anything. You're not getting a handout. Move on with your life. Oh, so you just accept it? Yeah, I do. I'm on a ticking clock. You know, I don't have time to fix it all for you.
Yeah, this one right here goes out to all the babies, mamas.